let me just say this. If you have a business and you're out here going after your dreams, hats off to you. Hats off to you. Raise a glass because it is hell sometimes. Like, you have to check in every day and really ask yourself, am I crazy? Like, because the things that happen are just blow my mind. And then I realized this is why some people that, make it or do what they do or you have a better product and their product is mid, but it's still out here and it's selling. Like, people sell crappy products every day. That's what y'all need to understand. It's not about, of course, if you have a good product, you're going to sell more. But half the time, it's about the consistency, it's about the drive, it's about the will to keep going after what you want. Because, baby, it is not a violin, hot cross buns. Y'all remember that? Focus. It's not champagne and roses every day. All right. I don't know what this accent is, but I like it. It's hard work. It's dedication. So, with that being said, you need to realize that people are going to be less talented than you making it because it's not about the challenge, it's about the will to keep going. But hats off to you, everyone that is out here making a move and shake, because I know how hard it is. Yeah. I was reminded all week.
It's time to hustle. Do what you say. It's time to live your life with no apologies. It's time to get on your grind, cause there ain't no other way. It's time to hustle. Lex hustle, Lex hustle, Lex hustle.
Hi, guys. You are now tuned into the Lex Hustle podcast, where every week we talk about following our dreams and living our best lives. My name is Lex Chappelle, and I am your host, and this is episode 11. Pew, 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 pew. And this episode's title is
Knuck, if you buck, why Knuck? If you buck, why Knuck? Ain't I'm knocking, bucking, ready to fight.
Yeah. Knuck if you buck is the title. Okay, we're gonna get crunk.
Oh, that crumb up.
But when they talk about like life kicking your behind, honey. But I'm ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to fight. And I know I didn't go to public school, I went to charter school, and I barely got a 2-piece Emmy, but when it comes to my business, when it comes to what I deserve, when it comes to God, I'm throwing hands. And that's what we're going to talk about today is knuck if you buck. Not laying down, okay, when things get hard, but standing up and fighting. And it's so crazy because I ran across a TikTok this week that your girl's still not sharing, okay? She's still not, sharing the recording because we're on YouTube now and you know how they play with copyright infringement. But I'll just sum it up for y'all. It's fine. Basically, where he was talking about God giving you everything that you need, and sometimes we wait for God to give us like a sign, and it's like it's already in you, sis, bro. Like, he has equipped you to handle what is in front of you. And you have to have faith in yourself to get things done. So that got me. And then all week, honestly, all week, it's basically been, I've been getting confirmation about like, don't just lay down, honey. Like, fight. Like, don't get discouraged. Like, you think everything is supposed to happen so easily. It's supposed to just flow. And that's just how life works. Newsflash. Okay? It doesn't work like that. Especially if we're like, oh, this came from God. He's just going to drop it on my lap. It's just going to be easy peasy. No opposition is coming. No. God definitely does test us and see, like, are you ready, sis? Are you ready? Are you well equipped? Okay, I give you all the tools, but are you well equipped? So that's what I've been dealing with this week. And when I tell y'all, like, your girl about to go get Vaseline, that's how much I'm ready to like put up a fight, because I feel like you gotta be real tired. And when I tell you, I'm at the point where like I am so tired. Like, I feel like I've never been at this point where I'm like, okay, my dreams are cute, you know, I'll follow them or whatever. You know, what happens happens. No, your girl's like, things gotta move, they gotta shape, they gotta happen now. I'm not taking no for an answer, and I'm not just gonna sit down and let life happen with, you know, me whining and not putting up a fight. No more. Like, yeah, like, I'm not playing. Okay. So about my week, because y'all know how I go into that. But before I go into that, I want to give y'all the affirmation for the week. Okay, so before I give y'all the affirmation, you should already know the drill. Make sure you send this podcast. Let me just make sure that I'm in the mic, because last week the mic unplugged on its own, and like your girl sounded like she was far away. So I got to make sure I speak in it. Yeah, this week. Make sure you send this pod out to your accountability partner, someone that you know is out there hustling, is going to make it happen. Literally. This week's affirmation is, I am brave enough to take chances. And that's on Mary and All Her Lambs. And I'm going to repeat it. Repeat it with me. I am brave enough to take chances. When I tell you this week, when I was like sitting, because one, I love how things happen and I acknowledge my growth. Because there used to be a time where I just would like, oh my gosh, why is everything happening to me? What is going on? Like, why me? Like, girl, shut up. Why not you? And I understand that if you want more, what is that quote? Too much is given, much is required. You really got to learn to handle the heat, like in the kitchen. So it's not about, you know, things happening to you. It's about how you handle those things. And honey, the way I used to handle them, tomato, 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 it was the worst. I used to literally like just shut down and like, oh my gosh, get so pissed. Like, why be a victim? Where now it's like, okay, what's the solution? What is the lesson that I can learn in this situation? And then also, what am I grateful for? Like, y'all, when my car got hit, I'm going to keep going back there. But when my car got hit, literally minding her own business, parked, you know what I'm saying? My baby Sienna, I named my cars, don't come for me. She was minding her business. And I could have been like, oh my gosh, my baby, she's probably totaled because her whole front was messed up. Like, oh my gosh. I literally said, thank you, Lord. Like, I don't know, like, you know, how I'm going to get to and fro, you know, what kind of how I'm going to be mobile. But thank you, Lord, because I remember telling you that I wanted to get into an SUV and that I needed a new car. So I knew, even though I didn't know how it was going to be mapped out or planned out, I knew from that moment that this was a way for God to bless me. So I wasn't focused on this hiccup in the road, because I knew that was going to end with a blessing. I'm like, God, I thank you. I really thank you. But oh my gosh, and when I tell you it's been a process, I already told you the insurance company was acting crazy, okay? Like, unprofessional, taking forever to get back to me on certain things. But through the whole process, I'm just like, Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you. Because I know, I'm so confident now in what he's doing. I know that something that is, if it's not meant for me, or something that is meant for me, can't get away from me. So, and everything is working according to his plan. As long as I'm obedient, it's going to work according to his plan. So, and that's where I'm at. I'm like, oh, hands off. Hands off. Look, no hands. I ain't no dance, because I'm with Waka. That went left. But y'all know what I mean. Oop. Take your hands off. I'm always knocking this mic. Let God do his thing. But also, there are times where you need to put your fist up and pa 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 pa. If you're watching this on video, I definitely did a 2-piece. Meet me outside. How about that? Yeah. Yes, I'm basically gonna give you guys some scenarios this week that where life just was like kicking my butt, but your girl was fighting back. And it's the first time in my life I felt like I was fighting back. That's how I know that next level, honey, Millionaire Lex, she's not one to play with. Like that's my new alter ego. If you guys didn't hear, I'm operating in my future self. So Millionaire Lex, she's posh, she's cute, she's out here getting to the bag, not making excuses. She gets what she wants. So I'm operating in Millionaire Lex, and she fights back, honey. She does not lay down. She does not take a hit easily. And the first thing that happened this week is, of course, I'm opening up the cafe. I talk about it, but not really in depth because there's some things I want to kind of keep to myself until it's like done. And I can be like, here you go. But the fees are no joke. Um, they make me cry. Every single second of a day, I feel like I'm weeping. But that's also, it's okay to feel how you feel, but just don't stay in it. So your girl can have 5 seconds to cry and she's back to it. But this makes me want to really create an initiative where it assists small businesses with finding funding, because I feel like I'm self sufficient and I'll just like Google and I'll be like, okay, what's up? And then I also have good credit. So it's easy for me to be like, let me ask EMX if they're gonna do a credit limit increase, or let me see if I can apply for this, or let me see if there's this grant. But some people, like, you'll just like fall down and be so defeated, like, I don't have the funds to follow my dreams. And let me tell you something, if there's when there's a will, there's a way. There's a way. And what I start doing is doing the work. It's like I said, fighting back instead of laying down. It's just like, Lord, let me, faith without works is dead. Let me start to try to do something, and you're gonna make it move and shake. And I stopped trying to figure out where the money's gonna come from. I'm telling you, honey, I stopped. I don't be knowing half the time where the money comes from, and that's not my job. Y'all, and it might sound like delusional or clueless, but honestly, it's not my job at this point. And when I tell you, it just falls into my lap. And I feel like that's the level of delusional that you need to have for things to work out. Because if you stress about where the money's going to come from, you're going to go down a rabbit hole of, oh my gosh, you're going to see yourself out down a rabbit hole. And it's just like, no. Don't think about the money. Just get the actions. So who knew that commercial equipment was so much? One of the equipment pieces that I need is 8 grand for a new one. For a good used one, it's like 3 to 4 grand. But I got this advice this week that I wanted to share. It said, better to cry once and buy once. And I'm like, that makes sense. Because oftentimes you try to go the cheaper route, and then if it breaks down, or, you spend more money on the servicing of the actual piece than you rather just buying it new. Um, yeah. But your girl still cried about it. But that was one thing. And then the permits, they were about $800. Yeah. Y'all, it's just literally, I'm just like, what the heck? But I'm so proud of myself. The money, I be pulling it out a hat. It be falling from the sky. But God be making a way. He be making a way. God be providing. And y'all want to know what the song, matter of fact, the song this week is, what's the song? Me. I'ma cry now. Go ahead and get it out of my system. I'ma hurt now, cause soon I gotta get back to living. Y'all know I don't be knowing the words with my pen. You can't keep living like this. Hold up. I can't keep living like this. There gotta be more than this. Or to this. Jesus, I'm ready. For you. I gotta wake up this time. You're a miracle. Why you wanna say that inside? Yeah, no, I don't be no words. This is it. You can't mess with my mind anymore. This is it. That's the theme song this week. Hashtag fight of my life. All right. This is it. Like, literally took a picture. I have a picture in my phone of me being depressed on the couch. Well, not me actually on the couch, but like a picture of like what it looked like weeks, like when I was just on the couch, just laying there, like, ugh. And I had like a blanket, and I literally was like, oh my God, before you clean this up, take a picture. So I go back to that picture, and I'm just like, girl, you were down bad, just feeling bad for yourself. And it's like, no one's coming to save you guys. No one's coming to literally dig you out of the ditch that you're in. It's either you want to get this money or you don't. And that was a hard truth that I had to deal with. Like, I wanted to feel sorry for myself. And it's just like, what are you feeling sorry for? Like, you got to get over the fact that you weren't a trust fund baby, even though you feel like you should have been. That you don't have money in the bank, honey. You're not living in your Mary Jane house. And if you're wondering what the Mary Jane house is, I did drop that on Instagram. So make sure you follow the Lex Hustle podcast IG so you can see what I talk about when I'm talking about when I talk about the being Mary Jane house. But no one's coming to save you. So the fact that you think that you're special enough for someone literally to pick you up from your couch or wherever you are and literally carry you to the life that you want, like, let's go, and just drop you, and then all of a sudden you have a Tesla Model Y in your driveway of your mid-century modern home. Oh my gosh, with the neutral color palette. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. I'm just thinking about it. No one's going to do that. You actually have to work your way there. Sorry to break it to you. Your fortune is in your faith. So, as soon as I get... Okay, serious. As soon as you realize that and have faith in your ability to make things happen, have faith in God, that's when the money's going to come. And you don't even have to think about it. At this point, when I tell you, I feel like money flows to me and has been flowing to me at a ridiculous amount recently because I stopped thinking about how it's coming or how I'm going to pay for stuff. I just literally am just like, I'll do what I do and the rest is going to figure itself out because I came to the conclusion that's not my job. My job is not to worry about where the money is going to come from. And when you're at that stage of faith and you're also a little bit delusional, it just all works itself out. And you're just like, oh, I cracked the code. It's like shifting your mindset. And I always would think like people are like, oh, I manifested this house, this car. I just, created, the life I wanted to live in my head. And it just all started coming to me. And it's just like, whatever. But now I'm starting to get that. Like, it's like, go after the things that you want. And things are going to, it's like I get knowledge and nuggets of how to get this or how to do this as I'm doing the work. Your fortune is in your faith. It's in your faith. So how much faith do you have? That's up to you. But your fortune is in your faith, okay? And that's kind of all I have to say. I feel like I want to just drop the mic, Lex. I don't have a mic. Well, I have a mic, but I can't drop this one. This week, someone basically said that the reason why most people procrastinate is because they know that there's no consequence. And I'm like, I'm one of those people. Like, I have to know that something's going to happen if I don't do what I'm supposed to do. So I cracked the code to that. And I wish I could really share it with y'all, but I feel like y'all gonna be like, oh my God, you're so irresponsible. You're gonna be so judgy. Because first y'all be acting like y'all want the tea, but then y'all be judging me. So y'all really don't want me to be real with y'all. But what I will say is something that you really, really want and you really, really desire, go out and get it. And you're gonna be afraid to lose that. So you're gonna put in the work to keep it. That's all I gotta say. So that's how I cracked the code. Because when I heard that saying, because I'm like, why? Like, Lord, I kept praying, like, please help me with my procrastination. Like, please. Because I know what I need to do, but I be procrastinating. I just be like, ooh, one more episode of a show. Just one more. And the next thing you know, it's 2 a.m. and I done binge watched the whole series. But now it's just like, I need something that I'm afraid of losing that's going to keep me focused to get everything done. Honey, since I did that, baby, she has been knocking things out one at a time. I was like, ooh, I'm going to cross this off. Then I cross that off. Then I cross that off. I'm like, not me doing a whole to-do list in 4 hours. That's not like you, girl. But I like it. And it's crazy because some people operate like this and some people don't. Whereas some people, they just won't go into like hustle mode. Whereas if I really, really want something and I went and I obtained it and I have to maintain a certain, momentum to keep it, I just always been that person that there's no way I'm losing something that, I really wanted. And I'm going to go into like hustle mode times 10. And I'm like, I don't know why I didn't think of this. Because when I think of the greatest things that I've accomplished, it was the same thing. But I didn't realize that's what I was doing back then. But now, your girl has cracked the code. What she do? Your girl has cracked the code. Yes, she did. Your girl has cracked the code. I'm about to do this. So I wanted to share that with y'all. Don't ask me what I did now. If 1 + 1 = 2, and 2 + 2 = 4. Yeah, I'm not giving up. But one day I will tell my story. One day I have a documentary and y'all be like, girl, you out here taking risks, honey. No risk, no reward. I used to be scared to spend, not today, not tomorrow. Because I understand in order to make money, you gotta spend money. It's time to fight. I've decided that I'm no longer sitting on the sidelines or just, letting life punch me in my face, knock me down, and not getting up and not fighting back. I understand that the next level that I'm going to requires me to fight, requires me to give it all that I have, and no more will I allow, the devil to defeat me. Will I allow life to happen to me and not understand the lessons that are to be learned and not be grateful to experience trials and tribulations? Because if you don't know, when trials and tribulation happens, that's something for you to overcome. And that's also a point where a blessing is on its way. And of course, things don't have to always happen to you for you to receive good things. But it's also, we have to watch our posture and how we are reacting to things. And I'm no longer just laying down and allowing, life to get the best of me. I'm a fighter. Your girl's fighting. And you should too. Better go out there in that world. You better knuck. You better buck. Thank you so much for listening. This is the Lex Hustle Podcast. And until next time, guys.